Hello. I promised you guys a couple of weeks ago that I would do an estate planning workshop to get you guys acquainted with the subject matter of estate planning. So here I am. This is the introductory video. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background about me before I got into the business of life and death. So, Lorraine Funderburg. I'm a mother of two. I have a 5-year-old son, Preston Chase, and a 14-month-old daughter, Mahogany Rose. I'm a mom first, and because I am, my career inevitably comes second. That doesn't mean I'm not good at what I do. It just means I value my family over everything. So, when I first gave birth to Preston, I took 2 years off from my career, and by the time I had Mahogany, I was determined, not to let motherhood be an impediment to my success. Mahogany is my junior associate, and she comes to the office with me every day, and she's learning firsthand at an early stage just how to be a boss babe. And please believe we leave a sprinkle of Black girl magic everywhere we go. So I run my own legal practice, Funderburg Law. It's an Atlanta-based boutique law firm that specializes in entertainment and media transactions. We also handle estate planning and business transactions for our clients. Our philosophy for success is individual attention coupled with high-quality work product, completed on time, and always with the client's overall vision in mind. We are very passionate about everything we do and utilize that same passion in helping our clients to achieve their goals. And so just a little background about me. I'm a graduate of Clark, Atlanta. I got my undergraduate degree with criminal justice, a minor in Spanish. I later went to Northeastern University and received my paralegal certificate. I did some study abroad at Mesoamerica Institute for Central American Studies in San Juan, Costa Rica, where I took courses in Afro-Hispanic literature and culture. I received my law degree from Howard University School of Law, HU, Stop showing my stuff, girl. Graduated merit honors in the top 15% of my class. And lastly, I forgot because I received some more education after that. I did get my LLM in Entertainment and Media Law at Chapman University School of Law. And then more recently, I received a certification as an estate planning specialist with the Institute of Business and Finance. Presently, I'm an active member of both the state bars of Georgia and California. So, let me tell you a little bit about estate planning. My interest in estate planning was peaked in law school. I actually received the highest grade out of all my classmates for the estate planning class that I took. When I moved back to Atlanta, I worked briefly for an estate planning attorney. And when I had to sit for the Georgia bar a few years ago, I was reacquainted with the subject matter and, kind of got into it again. But having kids for me is what really drove it home. I wanted to learn how to draft my own estate plan, so that my loved ones would be taken care of in the event of my death or incapacitation. So it became like a thing for me where I found myself studying wills, trusts, and estates like crazy, attending all these legal conferences on the subject, reading everything I could get my hands on, networking for mentors, and then I finally took the certification course with the Institute of Business and Finance. I think at that point the information was pretty much reviewed, but that was like the affirmation I needed to confidently represent clients in the subject matter. I find myself constantly educating people on estate planning just because, especially my Black people, just because most of us don't know what it is, and or we just have misconceptions about it. We think we don't need it. Hey, I'm not rich. Hey, I'm not about to die. Hey, I'm invincible. Whatever. We need it. Okay. I think that part of the reason Black people are in the socioeconomic position that we are in is because we're just ignorant about a lot of things when it comes to finances. We use credit as supplemental income instead of a tool. We use life insurance to pay for to pay for funerals instead of using it as an investment. We think of bankruptcy as a horrible financial condition as opposed to a means to an end. And worst of all, we think that wills, trusts, and other estate planning documents are for people who are rich. So I'm here really just to debunk all these myths about estate planning and to get all of you to start thinking smarter and just setting your children up for your success and setting your family up for generational wealth. We're building businesses and empires during our lifetimes. We need to stop living in the moment and start thinking and planning for our futures, our kids' futures, their kids' futures, and so on. So let's talk about it. What exactly is estate planning? Well, that's easy. It's making plans for your estate. What's your estate, you ask? Well, everyone has an estate, okay? So some are large, some are small, but if you have anything at all, trust me, you have an estate. And you should be making plans for it. It's made up of virtually anything you own. Your car, your house, the money in your bank account, life insurance policies, jewelry, personal effects. Just really anything that you can think of. The cell phone. Please don't break my cell phone, baby girl. And guess what? It all has to go somewhere when you die. Let's not talk death, right? Because it's morbid and you're all invincible, right? Right. You're not. Avoiding conversations about death will not help you to avoid death. Let's be clear. It's inevitable. Sorry. So, the only thing you're doing by avoiding a conversation about death is being irresponsible, honestly. You're leaving your loved ones to argue and fight over your personal belongings, your kids, your businesses, your finances, and it can get ugly. We've all been there before. Black people know how to show out when people die, boy. If we don't do nothing else, we know how to act a plumb fool when a loved one leaves us. And, the truth be told, it's because we're all control freaks, on some level. We want to have a say-so in everything. So I'm just trying to figure out, what makes this any different? Why would you not want to have control over your belongings from the afterlife? You have, after all, spent your entire life working hard to obtain them. So you should be able to determine who gets them in your absence. You want to ensure that your wishes are carried out. You got to plan for it. You got to plan now for that inevitable day. Provide written instructions to your loved ones. Oh, mahogany. Oh, you got me. This is why. I'm sorry. Ugh. I'm sorry. Anyways, you want to speak to your loved ones from the grave. You guys are going to have to excuse me. She got me good. Oh, filthy. I think I'm wearing black today. It's just one of the inconveniences of having a baby in the office when you're trying to get stuff done. But hey, life goes on. Alright. Good thing I'm not seeing any clients today, huh? Alright, where was I? I think I was explaining to you why you guys want to have estate planning, why it's irresponsible to not have an estate plan. You just basically want to make sure your wishes are carried out. You want to speak to your loved ones, I guess, from the grave and let them know, who gets what when. And you also want to let the world know who's going to be responsible for your minor children upon your death and who should be in charge of their property and everything that you're leaving to them. So you basically just want to leave instructions that will secure your legacy, pass along your intangible assets, morals, values, religious beliefs, things like that. Let us know how you want your body to be disposed of. Some people want to be cremated. Somebody wants to be buried with somebody else. I don't know. If you've thought about it, you might want to write it down because nobody's the mind reader and no one's going to do that for you just because. So plan for the future. Even if you're not physically hearing it, at least your desires will be carried out even while you're gone. So a complete estate plan includes a will, living trust, a durable power of attorney for finances, and a living will, which is basically an advance medical directive, and a healthcare proxy, which is a durable power of attorney for healthcare. So there are some other estate planning tools. They include beneficiary designations like retirement accounts, life insurance policies, payable and death accounts, business succession plans, joint tenancy arrangements, organ donations, and other post-mortem issues. But the decision to make use of any of the mentioned estate planning tools depends on your individual circumstances and the size of your estate, how you intend to provide for your loved ones. But the first mentioned ones, the will, the living trust, durable power of attorney for finances, living will, and the healthcare proxy, Those are the most important. They're like almost always a necessity for any individual, regardless of, you know, their individual circumstances. So I am super excited that you guys are here and taking the first steps to securing your future. And over the next few days, I will be sharing with you some of the various estate planning tools that you can implement yourself now without consulting an attorney. Because you have something in place that offers you financial security and protection in cases of emergency. So I like to call it the poor man's estate plan. Not to say that any of you are poor, but this is just basically doing an estate plan by yourself without consulting an attorney. So thanks for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow.